Hey Leo Collective, what's up, y'all? Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone is doing well. All right, so today we are going to do what's blocking you in love, and this will be for any and everybody. So, for some of you, you may be single, others of you, you could be in separation, and some of you could be stuck in a karmic cycle. So, this is not for like the happy couples that everything is going well with, unless you just want to listen. This would be more for people who are trying to figure out why they can't get what they're looking for in love, why they haven't gotten, because you can, but why you haven't gotten it so far. I did see the initials TDK. Now that could just be that either one of those letters are significant here, or for some of you or somebody here, someone's name like could be TDK, first, middle, last, first initial. I also heard, was it Raquel? I think it was Raquel. Maybe it was Rachel. I don't know. There was one other thing, but I can't remember. But let's get into this reading. So I'm going to start with blockages. Okay, so I have my own deck of blockages. I have another deck that I bought, actually two decks here with blockages. And then I'm also going to pull from like my deck that I call What Lies Beneath. Then I'm going to get into the Twin Flame. I don't know what these decks are called, but there's something about, there's two different ones here. Some of them have to do with finances, even though that's not love. It could still be affecting your love life. So we will see what comes out in those decks. But let's start with the love blockage. And I am going to do it in the style of their energy, your energy. And understand, y'all, if you are single, this just may be the embodiment of the kind of people you attract. On the left-hand side, we're going to look at their energy. We're going to look at your energy. So for some of you, this will be more like based on your relationships over the years. Someone's name could be Rodney. Oh, I don't know why my throat chakra's acting up, y'all. You'll be able to follow. So let's see. On their end, what's the love blockage? This is whether you have someone in mind or not. Like I said, it could be past people's energy, just to kind of get an idea of what's blocking you. We have not knowing when to walk away. Okay. Let's look at your side. What's the blockage on your side? I didn't feel like I was supposed to take that. Okay, I was supposed to take this one. Enjoys casual dating. Okay, understand you can flip these if you need to. Because for some reason, I'm instantly getting that these roles could be reversed. I'm getting like Divine Feminine, which is who I read for, whether you're a man or a woman. I feel like this green card is Divine Feminine energy. So maybe we should work from the premise that this is your side, this is their side. We'll have to see. And then connecting energy is the person you want is unavailable or unwilling. So some of you may just attract emotionally unavailable people. If you do have someone in mind, this person is unavailable for some reason right now, or just not putting in the work. Now, it could be because they enjoy casual dating. It could also be that they think that you want casual dating, even if you haven't shown them that. Told them that. So let's just take an example. You meet someone, you date this person, and maybe you don't make it known from the beginning what your expectations are, or they're not able to read your energy besides jumping to their own conclusions. So maybe you are intimate with them, and in their mind, they think, okay, well, he or she is good with this. But in your mind, you're thinking, no. I sleep with people that I'm interested in, that I want to build with. But if there's not a clear understanding of that, that could be something that's happening here. Now, understand, y'all could flip these roles. It's probably very likely that the energies will kind of be convoluted, because that's just how it goes in these kind of readings. But I'm trying to debate whether I want to flip this. I kind of feel like I want to keep it like it is, with the masculine over here and the feminine over here. And then you all can just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And understand, this might be kind of triggering. It really might be. So if you don't feel like you're able to listen to something that could be triggering, I understand. I did do some really good readings yesterday, and what was it, the day before or something like that? More high vibrational reading. So if you're not able to listen to something like this, and you're not ready to do maybe the shadow work, this may not be the reading for you. And obviously everything I say is not going to resonate with everyone, and for some of you it's not going to resonate at all. Okay, now let me pull one of these cards and see. That way I can determine which side is Divine Feminine, which side is Divine Masculine, even though I'm sure it'll be a combination. Not being someone's type is sometimes a huge compliment. So, okay, I'm going to leave these like I have them, not knowing when to walk away. I'm getting a divine masculine here that may be attracted to people who are just as emotionally unavailable and unwilling as they are, where you may not be that way. So for some of you, not being this person's type, the compliment in that is that you are not a person who's confused about what you want. You know what you want. And because you know what you want, and this is not what this person is used to, it could look like quite the opposite, even though that sounds really goofy. Someone's name could be Jordan, but this is how this thing works when we get into relationships, right? Before people actually do their work. Sometimes the way it looks is you date someone and you can't understand for the life of you why they can't offer you something that you've seen them offer someone else who you know is not on your level per se, right? So they may choose people, again, who are emotionally unavailable because, and I've talked about this before on my channel, on my twin flame journey. I'm not worried about a twin flame anymore, but when I was on my twin flame journey, I paid attention to the person that I was dealing with, how he was a runner. Now, I'm not a chaser, so we didn't really have a runner-chaser dynamic, but maybe energetically, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, I paid attention to the way he moved, things he told me about before we even met, things I saw him do when we first met, and we met in a capacity where we were not dating initially. So I knew him for years before anything changed between us. So I would watch him move, and I noticed, because I am intuitive, I'm like, he chooses people who are going to hurt him. Oddly enough, right? By either being emotionally unavailable or having ulterior motives and stuff. And I realized after doing a lot of my own shadow work, that was because it gives him an out. He didn't have an out with me. He was afraid because it was like, I can't find anything wrong that would make me have an out. And he was like, I'm just terrified of like hurting you or doing something that, because he knew that he would be the one that would do something wrong, not me. And that sounds really crazy, but that's how it goes out here when you're dating. So this person that doesn't know when to walk away, and take it however, because maybe it's you, I don't know. But this person who doesn't know when to walk away could put themselves in situations where it's not that they don't know when to walk away. They know that that is really their power. Their power is that they can walk away. As crazy as that sounds. I hope I'm making sense. For those of you who have been on the twin flame journey, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You might wonder why they've offered something to someone that they haven't offered to you. And it really boils down to them knowing that that situation that they're dealing with is not really challenging them. Okay, so let's look on the side of this enjoying casual dating. If you two really want to make it work, you can. Most issues can be worked out if you try. Okay, so what I'm immediately getting here for Divine Feminine, and you know, y'all can take or leave this, but I feel like Divine Feminine, what this is saying is some of you may be hopeless romantics, right? You may have rose-colored glasses on sometimes when you date people. You may have the highest hopes, okay, when you meet someone, that anything that you put your mind to with this person can be worked out. And this is a fixed sign thing. We are very loyal, and our expectations are pretty much that it's like a blind faith honor system kind of thing with us, because we know what we bring to the table, so we expect that back. Now, we can be a little bit more reserved and slow to get into connections with people because we want to make sure that people are who they say they are, but we do still give a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. And what I'm picking up here is a Divine Feminine who might be trusting, maybe a bit too trusting, right? And so the casual dating thing, I don't think is true for Divine Feminine energy at all. If that is your situation, that's fine. But that's not what I feel. I feel like there may be a situation where someone is afraid to let the other person know, hey, this is what I want, and I'm not willing to accept anything less than that. Now, that sounds very un-Leo-like, right? It doesn't sound like a Leo at all. But when it comes to matters of the heart and relationships and people we know are emotionally unavailable, sometimes we acquiesce to their way. And this is the shadow side of things, okay? So understand it may not be a conscious thing, but say you're talking to someone, you're dealing with someone, and you know that this person is not necessarily showing up for you how you need them to, but you keep high hopes. You feel like, okay, well, they'll get there one day. They'll change for me. I'm the one. They're going to recognize this. This is what I'm picking up here. Then connecting energy is sex addiction is ruining someone's life, love life. So that could be true for some of you. Maybe there's a Capricorn in your energy. All right, let's get into these cards here and let's see what's going on with this deep dive into the shadow work that needs to happen. What's keeping you single, in separation, or stuck in a karmic cycle? All right, let's see. What is it, Spirit? Everyone leaves. Choose a partner who can commit to you and let yourself commit to them. And I'm seeing a married couple here. It says everyone leaves. Look at this, not knowing when to walk away. So Divine Masculine, again, is showing up as someone who chooses emotionally unavailable people. I feel like the thing that's so wild, though, is the very fear that on the subconscious you may have Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine has as well. There could be abandonment issues here. This person could have rushed into a marriage with someone before. For some of you, maybe you're married to them. We have fear of cheating. Not everyone cheats. You need to open your heart and trust your partner. So Divine Masculine has some trust issues here, okay, is what's showing up. Divine Masculine may have been betrayed before. And it goes back to what I was talking about my own twin flame experience. And I only share this with you all for relatability and also to make my point. When I first met, well, not first met, but when I first started to see my twin flame, we started dating each other, he shared with me that the woman that I knew he was with before me had cheated on him with her child's father. And then years later, I'm talking like maybe about 2 years ago, we had a conversation and he shared with me that he was very guarded because every time he's ever been hurt, it's always been a woman. Women have always done certain things to him. And you would not think this from the way he presents himself. Very much a go-getter, very confident, like in type A personality for sure. And so I was shocked because I'm just like, that's interesting. I would not think that he was holding on to that, but he was like, I'm guarded and it's because of X, Y, and Z. So there is someone here showing up. I'm seeing that this man is like looking over her shoulder while she's texting someone. And it could be because this person has been cheated on before. Like I said, I do feel very strongly Divine Masculine chooses people who are emotionally unavailable. Now, if this is not a person you're dating right now, this may be a pattern, okay? Or it could be just energetically the kind of people that you attract, okay? What's going on Divine Feminine's side? Divine Feminine has, free flight. Give one another space to grow individually, release, breathe, and clear. Okay. What else? Excuses. You have so many reasons that it never works out. Find reasons that it can work out. Okay. So, you know, for some of you Divine Feminine, you may be single right now, or you could even be seeing a particular person, or maybe even seeing multiple people. And what I'm getting here is that your mindset might be almost similar to Divine Masculines in that you may expect the worst in people because you've experienced it so much, you know. It could be that there's some past relationship trauma that you hold on to as well. And I mean, experience is the best teacher, right? But sometimes experience, the thing we're supposed to take from the experience is a lesson so that we change, so that we stop repeating the same pattern over and over again, right? I kind of feel like some of you could go into relationships where you have trust issues too, is what I'm seeing here. But the trust issues with you are not as drastic as this person. It's more so like you're still hopeful. Like I said, you have rose-colored glasses on just a bit. You are still a very warm, loving person. And it's like, I want to enjoy this person's company. I want to build with this person, but it's probably not going to work. You know, there could be some negative Nancy talk going on in your head, some self-doubt. And like I said, it's based on experience. So it's not like you're just making it up and pulling it out of thin air. I'm seeing these butterflies here. Whenever I see butterflies, I think the Death card. I think transformation. And so it could just simply be that you have noticed a pattern in your dating life, okay? Give one another space to grow. You may prematurely give up on people, right? And this is not to suggest that you should stay, you know, or let somebody stay longer than their expiration date. But what I mean by that is maybe because you expect things to go wrong when you meet people, it never makes it past a certain stage. Maybe you never actually get a title. Maybe it's just conveniently, casually dating people. And even though you want more than that, you allow people the space to do what they want, or maybe, okay, if this person is ready to settle down, they'll let me know. And that's very true, especially when you're dealing with a man or a masculine, because masculine energy is the action oriented energy, whereas feminine is more receptive. um it could be that you just have a problem setting proper boundaries with people, maybe because on some end you go into it thinking it's not going to work anyway. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Bottom of the deck, we have hidden desires. There's someone else or a fantasy that's unfulfilled. We have secret, tempted, and affair. Well, it says someone could have sex addiction here, and the person is unwilling or the person you want is unavailable or unwilling. So there could be someone else for some of you. You know, you could even be a third party. And that might be what this is as well. Maybe seeing someone who's already connected to someone. Again, maybe they're already married, but or committed. But you care about them, you love them, you like them. And it's like, okay, well, we can make this work. Like, I have faith that you'll pull through for me. I'm going to just post, I'm going to just put this out there, and it doesn't have to be true. But one of my cousins is a Leo, and she was telling me that something she was reading said that Leo people tend to stay longer than they should because of, it wasn't the word ego, but I'm going to use the word ego because I can't think of another word to go right there. But understand what I'm saying. This is not, it's not really an insult. It's more like a confidence thing. It's like Leos are confident, and Leos are go-getters, and Leos are usually type A personalities. And so there's this belief inside that, of course, you want to be with me. Of course you have to want to be with me. You have to want to make this work with me. And sometimes that keeps you all in relationships based on my cousin and what she read. I don't know, because I'm not a Leo, but this is just something she shared with me. And I thought about a Leo that I used to date, and he very much had an attitude. And it was just kind of like, wow. Like, because I might say, okay, well, let's just be friends. And you're like, no, I don't want to just be your friend. Well, how you going to tell me you don't want to be my friend when I said that's what I want? You know what I mean? So it's like that notion. And he would even tell me like, oh, I know you. I mean, I'm the best thing, you know. There's nothing wrong with confidence. I mean, his went a little bit off the deep end, but whatever the case, I understood what she was saying because I saw it in him, you know. So that could be something that's showing up here as well. It could be, I find it interesting that it says you have so many reasons that it never works out. Find reasons that it can work out. And it says if you two really want to make it work, you can. Most issues can be worked out if you try. So I'm definitely getting, for some of you, you could be hopeless romantics here. You know, and it could be tied to what I'm saying, the notion that you know you have a lot to offer. So how dare you not want me? You have to want me. And so sometimes you see what you want to see. Somebody can have a Scorpio Venus placement here. What am I doing with these cards, y'all? I need to move them out of my way. Let's put them over here. Let's look at this deck here and let's see what's going on. We have breaking barriers. Number 41 could be significant. Realizing the truth with the understanding you must push forward with the connection. Removing obstacles that resulted in cultural differences, family situations, or sexual orientation. So any of those things could be significant. Family being involved, maybe meddling, cultural differences. I would even say racial differences. And then sexual orientation for some of you could be significant. Okay, so let's see what this is about. Breaking barriers. That's giving me like the Chariot card. And this is on Divine Masculine side. Interestingly enough, the Chariot is a conquest energy. I look at it as like being here today, gone tomorrow. There could be distance between you and this person. Or some of you just, the people that you deal with is emotional distance. We have surrender, number 64. I am ready to surrender myself to our connection. I will no longer run away from it, and I will no longer deny it. I am trusting in the universe and our love for one another. So somebody could be 64, born in 64, or could be 41 years old, or either of these numbers could be significant. So Divine Masculine, this is what I'm seeing with Divine Masculine. I hurt people before they can hurt me, okay? Or the kind of men or whatever that you have attracted. Could be women. Okay, so this is someone who's not wanting to run away from the connection any longer. So if you are connected to someone, this is maybe somebody that's looking at you. Um, Somebody can have a Libra moon or Aquarius Venus. Look at you in a way where they're ready to make some changes for you. They want to make changes for you. But this may be completely different for this person. Maybe this is not something that they've ever felt they wanted to do before. They typically run. And like I said, runners will usually go chase behind people who are runners as well, where the person that's chasing them is the one that's longing for them. They're running away from that person towards people who are runners too. That's what I was trying to articulate earlier. Hopefully I'm making sense. Okay, so we have March 20th through May 5th, the springtime. So there could be something happening this spring between you two, or something could be significant about the spring. It could be when your person is born. There could be a Pisces, Aries, or Taurus. And I mean like a Pisces, Aries cusper, somewhere in there, March 20th. This is the spring equinox. So the number 97 is here. That year could be significant. What's going on with this? That could be when you met. That could be when you broke up. I mean, something significant. Or when they were born. We have inner child healing. Number 23, so that number could be significant. It says going inside to explore our authentic feelings and parts of us that may have been rejected and labeled as inappropriate or too much by others, especially our caregivers. So I am seeing here this person has a wounded inner child, divine masculine. So again, that abandonment wound, that whatever this scar is that they carry from childhood, okay, look at this cape, right? Now, obviously, when children wear capes, it's their imagination. It's them wanting to be superheroes and living in their imagination, right? I feel like your person, they could be a person who gets really high off of the newness of relationships, right? And there's something that pulls them towards people who have the same abandonment wound as them and treats them the same way that they treat you or treat other people. So I'm going to namely focus on you. So this is maybe the way this person treats you is that you're on the back burner, but you may see them pursuing other people and it doesn't make sense to you. Because that is kind of weird. It is kind of confusing. Like, what are we doing here? So you're running from me, but you're chasing other people? Like, how does that make sense? So let's look at your side and then we'll get some tarot and some advice and we will be done. What's going on the side of Divine Feminine? What does Divine Feminine need to know? Twin flame. All right. Number 24 is here. That could be significant. It says purpose to live life separately, learning lessons. Possible reunion after becoming stronger and awakened. Single soul split in half before reincarnating into two separate bodies. So I've been talking about my twin flame journey. Some of you are on the twin flame journey as well. My twin flame's birthday is the 24th too. That's interesting. So that could be someone's birthday. Let me get one more for this. Victim mentality. Number 54. That number could be significant. Feels stuck and has negative attitude. Thinks life is against them and has difficulty coping. Believes they have no control over things that happen to them and blames others. Now this is your side. Okay. For some of you, either you could be dealing with a Gemini. Maybe you like Geminis, or you could have Gemini in your chart. In particular, Gemini, Jupiter, but you can have it anywhere in your chart. So there's a codependency I'm picking up here. And again, I'm feeling it's basically saying that for some of you, the way that you view relationships from the jump is kind of negative. And I do believe it's because of past experience. So how can you really be mad at that? You can't. But if you want to do your shadow work and really identify what's blocking you, we got to get to the heart of it. At the heart of it, there may be an outsourcing of power in your relationships. When you get with divine masculine or a masculine, you may tend to attract people who make you feel like they're the ones in charge. When truth be told, you both have a say. You know, even this free flight energy is giving me that for some of you, maybe you don't put a lot of pressure on your partner. You don't want to be a nuisance, a headache, a burden. And so maybe you feel like, okay, well, this is not happening the way I want it to happen, but I don't want to cause an argument. I don't want to always seem like the one that's picking a fight, that kind of energy. But it seems like you two are definitely in separation right now because you have lessons to learn and you have to learn these lessons separately. But your reunion can happen once you two awaken and grow stronger. So for Divine Feminine, the message is always for you to do your work, your shadow work, your self work. Because when you do that, Divine Masculine starts to awaken. You don't do it to awaken Divine Masculine. You do it for yourself. Someone's name could be Robbie. So this connection could feel if you're with someone in separation from someone that you have in mind, it could feel very much like you don't have a lot of power right now. Your hands are tied in the situation. But Spirit is telling you to see yourself as empowered here and understand that they can only reflect you because they mirror you. I really do feel like the things that you go through with this person or the kind of people that you attract or date or you are with right now, they go through with other people or they have been through with other people. So it's a weird thing going on here. It's a mirroring going on. And that's what twins do. They mirror each other. Good, bad, and different. 2 more cards. We have a Libra showing up. Okay, number 88. Whenever I see 88, I think of the Lionsgate portal. Some of you could be born in 88, born in August 88, born August 8th, 88, or just August the 8th. So this says on the positive side, romantic, charming, diplomatic, fair, idealistic, social, clever, and smart. On the shadow side, indecisive, self-pity, vain, unreliable, superficial, ambivalent, lazy, and fearful. Okay, so some of you are dealing with a Libra. Or you may tend to attract Libras. And then we have infatuation. Number 61. Being carried away by an unreasonable passion, obsessively strong emotions for someone based on physical needs and or believing this person is the perfect, quote unquote, perfect relationship. So remember I talked about the rose-colored glasses, right? Number 61 could be significant. The rose-colored glasses to me gives me that for some of you, you may go into relationships maybe like a Libra. Libras are known or said to be non-confrontational. I disagree sometimes. I disagree. But I'll put it to you like this. Libras can be outspoken, but I do believe when you give pushback, they can kind of back off. That has been my experience. That's definitely been my experience. So, okay, maybe they are non-confrontational. But it may be that you go into things with this blind faith. I see the scales of justice is blind faith. And what I talked about earlier, operating on an honor system, I actually said that. And this is exactly what I'm feeling here. For some of you, you go into it and okay, maybe I need to take these rose-colored glasses off and actually let this person prove themselves to me. Because I'm a fixed sign and I need stability, right? But at the same time, I'm still a fire sign. And so this person is like really attractive and they're telling me what I want to hear and everything feels good, right? Even though in the back of your mind, you still kind of expect for it not to go the right way. So there's almost like a self-sabotage on a subconscious level. It's not conscious at all. This victim mentality and this infatuation for some of you, it's like falling in love with the idea. It even says idealistic here, falling in love with the idea of people and trusting them maybe too soon. I talked about being too trusting earlier. So that could be something that's going on Divine Feminine side. I really do feel like if both of you are in separation and you really do your shadow work, they're going to be forced to do theirs. It may take time. It may not be something that happens overnight. You got strong Gemini energy in your reading. Okay, so we have regret. Number 75 could be significant. Afraid they made the wrong decision, feels troubled or remorseful of what has happened, sees you happy while they are miserable and can't move on. So, Leo, some of you may be the kind of people that even though you put your eggs in one basket, so to speak, right? You may also be the kind of person that when you do give up, you move on to someone else, maybe rather quickly, right? And then this other person, they're kind of doing the same thing, but in a different way. I don't even know how to explain it. There's something similar to you both, but there's something different about the way that you go about it. Like divine feminine would be available, present, right? And make a relationship work if divine masculine would step up. Divine masculine is like, I know that. And because of that, I'm going to pursue people who treat me the way that I treat you, because that keeps me free. Like I said before, it keeps them free. It's like they don't have to be beholden to somebody. Everyone leaves. And this is a married couple. So if everyone is leaving, even people you're married to, they choose people. It says choose a partner who you can commit to or can commit to you, and let yourself commit to them. That's what they don't do. They choose people who are non-committal themselves, so that gives them an out. I can't stress this enough. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling y'all, it's a thing. It's a thing. Now, let me get some tarot, and I'm going to look at their feelings if you're connected to someone, what they think the problem is, and then what their intentions are and the outcome. What are their feelings for you? The Six of Cups, very fond memories. Scorpio energy. You can have a lot of history with this person. You could even have a child or children with this person if there's someone right now in your energy. Or there could just be this feeling of maybe nostalgia. For some of you, you leave a lasting impression on people that you date. Okay? What's the blockage in their mind? The Seven of Swords, trust issues. Aquarius energy. That's what I said this was. Aquarius Venus. I'm sorry, Aquarius moon. When I said Libra moon, Aquarius moon, this white flag. This is interesting. Somebody could have an Aquarius Venus as well. Because it's like giving me the Two of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. So the blockage with this person is that they have trust issues. They are fully aware of their trust issues. And that's also cheating energy. This is sneaky energy. This is con artist energy, okay? I kind of feel like this person goes out of their way to date people who are the polar opposite of what you represent, because it gives them an out. The Seven of Swords is actually an escape artist. It's somebody with an exit strategy. Wow. Okay, so what are their intentions with you? The Queen of Wands. Okay, Leo. So this is if you're connected to someone, or if you just want to know what's been going on in the past with people who were dealing with you. Again, the Queen of Wands is a concubine. She can't talk about maybe just hooking up with somebody because they're so attractive. This is dark feminine energy. This is the energy of looking really good, getting a lot of attention, maybe being in the limelight, being the hot girl, you know what I mean? Alpha female, the woman that walks in the room and gets all the attention from men and women. The women want to be her, the men want to have her. Flip it if it's a man that you're dealing with, but the way that they are looking at you is that they enjoy your warmth, they enjoy your confidence, they enjoy what you bring to the table. But I'm also getting confirmation of what I said over here. Enjoys casual dating. She's the only queen who's not a wife. And this is fire sign energy. So this would be you. So there's a strong attraction to you. This person feels like you're hot, you're sexy, you're fine, you're attractive, you're handsome, whatever you are. They acknowledge that. But the Queen of Wands is not a wife. So this may just be like, you get me going, you turn me on, but there's nothing maybe deeper to it. Okay, so their intentions seem right now to keep it like it is. What is the outcome? The Queen of Swords. I love it. So this is when you create stronger boundaries. We talked about this at the beginning of the reading. So the Queen of Wands is assertive. I'm sorry, the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is assertive. She gets what she wants. She walks in the room. She's no nonsense. She doesn't take no for an answer. But she also is willing to give you the cold shoulder and turn her back if she needs to. She's very analytical analytical and head over heart. She's not going to let her emotions sway her. She's going to look at a situation logically. What makes the most sense for me to do here? You know, this is non-negotiables. This is high standards. Okay, so like critical thinking and being very candid. Also, like I said, letting people know what your expectations are. And this is also guarded energy here. So that's Libra energy, Venus energy. Okay. So I feel like this person will respond to you elevating your standards. Okay. For some of you, it's like the attraction is there. They're building blocks for sure. Somebody can have an Aries, Mars. Let's look at your side. What are your thoughts about this relationship? You got the 10 of Cups and the Page of Cups. This is somebody that, again, this is that idealistic energy, the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is rose-colored glasses as well. Having really high hopes, being awestruck. Some of you fall in love really easily. And you may go right to the end. 10 of Cups. Like when you meet people, Page of Cups, talking to them stage, getting to know them stage, dating, courting, you immediately go to 10 of Cups, which contrasts this energy of enjoying casual dating. This is not somebody enjoying casual dating. This is somebody fantasizing about marriage and love and family and living together, and they're happily ever after. So again, rose-colored glasses showing up here. Some of you could have gotten married at a young age as well. What are you seeing as the blockage? You can have a lot of water in your chart. The Page of Pentacles, learning lessons. And that's exactly what it says you need to do here. It says reunion after becoming stronger and awakened. Purpose to live life separately, learning lessons. So the Page of Pentacles is a student. Okay, this is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. For some of you, I don't know if you're dating people younger than you with this page energy showing up, or you date people who could be way older than you. But maybe that's a thing that you do as well. And that's a whole other conversation that I'm not going to go into, because I do have a belief about why people date really older people or really younger people. But we're not going to talk about that today, only because I don't have time. But this Page of Pentacles is definitely learning lessons, and it can also talk about relationship renewal. So I do feel for some of you, there are patterns here that repeat, because it's like I told a friend of mine, you keep meeting the same person and different people because the lesson that the first person was supposed to teach you, you haven't learned. Once you learn a lesson, you'll stop attracting those kind of people. Hopefully that makes sense. Someone's name could be Anita or Anitra. Okay, so what is going on here with your intentions when it comes to relationships? We have the Ace of Swords and the Eight of Wands. See, this is moving fast. The Eight of Wands is the second fastest card in the tarot deck. This is a lot of communication. Some of you fall in love with potential, is what I'm hearing here. You also fall in love with conversation. You fall in love with people. Remember what I said earlier, telling you what you want to hear. This Eight of Wands is like a whirlwind romance. Somebody sweeping you off of your feet. Somebody bombarding you, almost like love bombing you. Both of these are communication, and this is a lot of communication. This is very honest communication, but it also could talk about, the Ace of Swords talks about integrity, truthfulness, honesty. And I feel like what happens here is where that gets lost is how quickly things move. The Eight of Wands is like fiery attraction. So I do feel like you fall in love with potential. I do feel like there's some of you, not everybody, but there's some of you who really love people who can talk you into believing what it is that you want to see, what you want to hear. And it's interesting because this card is 7 days, this card is 8 days. So that gives me that for some of you, like maybe the first week of talking to somebody, you really do feel like, wow, they're saying all of the things that I need to hear, right? And it feels good and it sounds truthful. And you like smart men, or you like smart women, and you like go-getters, people with really fiery, passionate energy that can tend to sway things the way they want to. That's what's showing up here. Okay. So your intentions are when you meet people, again, same thing I said with my cousin. It's almost like you expect people to fall in love with you quickly. So it doesn't feel like a lie, because you're like, I have so much to offer. Why wouldn't they fall in love with me? What is the outcome here if you're dealing with someone? Or what is the continuous outcome for you? the Chariot, and the Seven of Wands. Okay, yeah, it's over. It's over before it even starts. Seven of Wands is the card that keeps coming out for Leo. This is you blocking people. So this is like some kind of, like I talked about over here, the Chariot energy, conquest. You know, the first card that came out is a conquest. Okay, this is Cancer energy connected to the moon. And then this is Leo Mars. So this is defensive energy. This is stubborn energy. This is, you know, meeting someone. And again, this is the fastest card in the tarot deck. You got the 2 fastest cards in the tarot deck, which lets me know that for some of you, you fall in love very easily. But then, like I said before, you may get very defensive. You may put your guards up with people and you may block them. This can even be a blocking energy. You know, you may go into a headspace where you're resentful because this person did not offer you more, but they believe when they meet you that you just want the conquest too. Enjoys casual dating. That's not what you want. So this is the reason why over here, like moving forward, you have to be clear what you want, because the Queen of Swords is going to tell you, these are my non-negotiables. I'm sorry, I'm not willing to waver. It is what it is. If you're not looking for that, that's fine. Go find somebody else. Like, that's the kind of energy that's showing up here. Let me get some advice for you and let y'all go. This reading is long as crap. I mean, you kind of do have to deep dive on stuff like this, though, because it's not something that you can kind of gloss over. I don't know if everybody else getting these long readings, but advice for Leo, as much as you want them to know, Spirit. Okay, that's enough. We have no. Like oil and water separates lives, drift apart. No. Like oil and water, separate lives, drift apart. Well, that's what we're talking about. Why is this happening? Yeah, so this is maybe even attracting people that you're not equally yoked with, okay? Oil and water. Then we have yes, being shown the way, welcome with open arms. So I kind of feel like you are maybe the kind of lover that feels like you can teach your partner. Again, if you really want to make it work, issues can be worked out. So some of you are very optimistic when you go into relationships, which you should be, but you shouldn't have on rose-colored glasses. We have yes, wisdom supports you, roots go deep. So I do feel like there's a lesson here that you need to learn. There could be karmic cycles in your family. There could be some ancestral things going on here that you need to really probe and dissect and unlearn. Maybe this is the way you've seen your mother or your father love, or it's a trend in your family, is what I'm getting from this. Because it says roots go deep. Whenever I see a tree, I think family tree. So for some of you, you could be on a Leo Virgo cusp, or you could have a Virgo Mercury placement. Yeah, so there's some kind of pattern here. Virgo is connected to routines, day-to-day routines, also cause and effect kind of energy as well. Oh, why am I doing this? So we have, yes, brilliant idea, clear path, and bright future ahead. And that connects right back to this Ace of Swords. So again, you go into relationships very optimistic, very trusting. Very trusting. And it's because you have a good heart and you expect other people to have it as well. So you kind of have to start letting people prove themselves to you. That's where we're going to leave it, y'all. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you all the next time. Peace.